So on Memorial Day, I was at the rookery, and finally a long-awaited day has arrived where the great blue heron chicks are branch hopping. So many of them were out on the branches, walking carefully out there. This is a really exciting, adventurous new stage for these chicks. The great blue heron chicks typically begin branch hopping around 7 weeks of age. And here's a cool shot of one hopping back into the nest. At this stage, the great blue heron chicks' plumage is more developed and they start flapping their wings vigorously and hopping between branches. This branch hopping is a crucial part of their pre-flight preparation where they practice jumping and using their wings to grasp and raise branches. I've never seen a chick flap quite as vigorously as this one, or for so many flaps as this. And he's bouncing around on the branch so much it reminds me of a kid happily jumping on a trampoline. I think he's about ready to take his first flight, don't you? In this next scene, this chick had been hanging out on an adjacent branch to its nest when it spotted its parent landing on a nearby branch. I'm not sure how they know it's their parent, but they seem to know. And the parents must have some sort of nest GPS to be able to always fly right up to their own nest. So he quickly hopped back into his nest for the feeding, and the parent flew up right after. Doesn't the parent heron look so majestic the way she stands there with her head up in the air? At this stage, the chicks latch onto the parent's bill, pulling it down into the nest, eating beak to beak, but I can't seem to see them actually getting any food, but they're all growing, so definitely getting plenty. Feeding times are definitely one of the chicks competing to get the most food, and at times they get pretty aggressive with one another, and it certainly looks rough on the parent heron. At this stage, the parent heron leaves the nest pretty much right after the feeding is done. I'm sure they have to do multiple feedings per day, and it's a team effort of both parents to feed the chicks. This chick is very carefully taking his time walking out onto a branch, trying to get the feel of hanging on with his toes. Then he gets really daring, taking a big leap to another branch. Remember, these birds are up in the treetops at about 80 feet above the ground. And another leap down to this bigger, more stable branch. And this chick is getting fancy doing a trick I'm calling a 180 branch rotation. And what happens next is the moment I've been waiting for. And here he goes. The first flight. So exciting. That was so awesome. And now he does a little happy dance, like, yay, I did it. Everybody's watching him all proud, and here it is again in slow motion. What a beautiful scene. I'd say some of the chicks will be fledging within the next week, and I'm going there every day in the hopes of capturing it. Here's a quick preview of my next episode. 4 chicks are climbing, as I captured this nest of 4 chicks all hanging out on the branch surrounding their nest. I hope you'll join me for another fun episode of the Great Blue Heron Nestlings, where I make a new discovery every episode.